Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, they're dropping a ×10 this weekend. For me, it's the biggest ×10 they've ever dropped. But I want to give you a couple of watch-outs in this video before I get into those champions. And just before I get into that, guys, I have got a second YouTube channel called Hell Hades Incarnate. I'm going to ping this in the description below and in the pinned comment. Please come over and check out my first two videos. Please sub to this second channel. I'm the only content creator following Incarnate. I'm collaborating with them as the official content creator. And I'm the only one doing this, I'm able to give away alpha keys over the next 5 weeks. So come and watch these two videos. I really ask you, come and watch them in full. Helps me get the algorithm going on Incarnate channel. Please sub to the channel as well. And leave me a comment below in the videos that I've done. What's your initial views on the game? Because I feel like it's going to be a game that this community will really, really love, which is why I've come over as the official content creator for the game. So let's get into this ×10 then. The watch out, guys, is that we know 100% that there is going to be a fragment collector, new fusion, call it whatever you want, but a new fragment collector, fragment summon, legendary champion for Halloween. We also know that there's going to be more champions dropping in patch 2.3, which I think is going to come at the same time. So we know that within the next 2 weeks, once this fusion is done and dusted, there will almost be like straight away the next champion that you can collect. We've got no idea how strong that champion is. However, they're throwing out a ×10 right now, which is really, really attractive, probably to like most of the player base. So you need to make a decision in terms of managing your resources to do the right thing for your account. Now, for my account, the thing to do is to pull for this ×10. That's how big it is. So let's get into the champions then, and then you can make your own choice on it. And we'll start off with the epics. So there's 2 epics in here, which I think they're kind of like, meh, do I really care? Do I really care about these epics? So the first one is a Sacred Order champion, Aethar. Now, Aethar's, he used to be very good, and he's now just a bit outdated. So he's got an A2 which can drop 4 poisons, which is great. You know, he used to be the go-to unkillable poisoner. Nowadays, though, we've got better champions out there, champions that have got more versatility. He's got such a low base speed, such a low base defense that it makes him very difficult to speed him up and very difficult for him to stay alive. He is a good dragon killer if you get these poisons going, but you know, with people like Frozen Banshee coming through, it kind of makes him a bit obsolete in my opinion. So I wouldn't be pulling shards for this guy. The second one is also just a bit trashy. So not a bit trashy, he's trash. Not that one, this one. Defiled Sinner. So Defiled Sinner, he does have a decreased defense on his A1, which is useful. He's got a max HP enemy hit on his A2, and it's an AoE, but it doesn't hit very hard. Like everyone else who's got this ability hits really hard. This guy doesn't. He's just bad. Straight out bad. He's got another AoE here. He's kind of built for a spider damage dealing champ, but a bit like Dark Aethel, doesn't really do the damage, and his affinity is bad for endgame spider. So yeah, again, I would not be pulling for this guy. But the last 2 epics are both really strong in here. So we've got Ultimate Gaelic. Ultimate Gaelic is like my go-to spider killer for those that don't have the legendary champions that do it. So he's got the HP burn. This is the most effective way to kill the spider if you're trying to beat spider 17 plus, 17 through to 20, and you don't have like super endgame champions and builds. HP burn is an absolute AoE HP burn is an absolute spider nuke, and he is a brilliant champion. He's also like top tier for orcs for Faction Wars, especially considering the boss on Faction Wars. So this guy is like top draw if you're trying to improve your spider team, and he's also just generally good in the game, like generally good around pretty much all content. So for me, he is worth pulling shards for. Yeah, he's a very, very cool champ. Very cool champ. So the next epic and last epic then is also an orc, and it's Seer. Now, Seer is the best dungeon clearer, the best dungeon wave clearer in the game. So anything from Dragon, Ice Golem, Fire Knight, she will clear waves quicker than anyone if paired with the right champions. And it's all about her A3 here, which removes buffs from allies and enemies, and then nukes. She's also pretty damn strong in the arena, and she's incredibly good for faction wars. So she is a Void champion. Now, who's got Void shards? Probably if you're lucky, you've got 1 or 2, because we just had a double Void chance. So, chances are you don't have any Void shards. But if you've got the odd one snuck back in from like a clan boss chest or something, or you've got one from your monthlies, and you're not fussed about saving for a fusion event, fragment event, then Seer is massively worth pulling a shard for. So, Seer in the last epic category. Now, onto the legendaries, and this is where it gets pretty exciting for me. Not this particular champion, but Elenaral's quite good. Pair her with Taurus, and she rips open the dragon in terms of like speed runs. She can also pretty much slam down the spider in a similar way. She's got this combust all poisons effect, which is very useful as a move. I think she's kind of a little bit just weaker than Xavier, but still good. She is still good. So, you wouldn't be upset if you pulled her, but she's not also going to be the game changer for your account. Next one out, though, all three of the remainders are all big champions. So we've got, and there are actually 3 which I don't have, surprisingly. So it makes it really attractive for me as a times 10. So we've got Tyrant. Tyrant is the best, in my opinion, HP burn champion in the game for Spider. The best. Number 1. I don't think there's anyone better. He's got AoE HP burn on his A2 on a 3-turn cooldown. It's huge, guys. It just means it comes back so quick. He's defense-based as well. He's got crazy base defense, crazy base speed. And then he also brings ally protection and increased defense. And he's the positive affinity for Spider. Like, everything about his kits says, we're going to beat the Spider today. You can even run him as a level 50 and you'll still beat the Spider with this guy. He's also got self-healing on his A1. He's got team reduction of damage with a passive when someone's burning. So kind of everything about his kit is just awesome for Spider. It's also very strong for Clan Boss. This reduction of damage for Clan Boss, a straight 10% damage reduction. Brilliant if you're trying to go long in Nightmare or Ultra Nightmare. And then generally he will just be like a carry in dungeon content and faction wars. So in terms of like soaking up damage for you and putting out good levels of damage. So Tyrant is a really strong champ. The next one is the one that is going to rip this event apart. Trunda. The single hardest hitting champion in the game for PvP. This Trunda, she only does leg days, and she puts all of her power of her hits. Maybe she does glutes as well, but all of the power and calves. But yeah, all of the power from her hits comes from. What was it? What he was saying? She hits hard, guys. She's got a double hitter. You kind of want to run a low accuracy so that it's A3 hits twice, but she will hit harder than anyone in the game. I've seen builds where she doesn't even need decreased defense. She one-shots a whole team. She's bonkers good. She's got AoE HP burn as well. So if you want to run her for spiders, you can. You just need to throw some accuracy on her. If you want to run her for the arena, she's the hardest hitting champion in the game. Need I say more, really? She's also just going to be strong anywhere in the game. Maybe except Clan Boss. Like, any dungeon, she'll hit hard for you and get you through some content. Spider, she's got the AoE HP burn and stuns if you build her with accuracy. Yeah, fantastic dwarf. And dwarves are lacking champions. Like, I struggled hard with Faction War 21 because dwarves just lack champions in the pool. So, Trunda is a massive pull for that faction as well. And then we got one more, guys. So we got one more, which is a void, which is coroner. So coroner, I wouldn't say he's like top tier void legendary, but he's a strong void legendary. He's got a very good kit. For skinwalkers in particular, they lack champions. They really lack good champions. I think this might be one of two that does an AoE decreased defense. So he's got this ability here which decreases attack and then decreases defense. It's HP based. He does a reasonable amount of damage, not crazy damage, but reasonable. And he's got provoked here on his A2. He's got an AoE hit on his A1, which also drops turn meter. And he's got passives, which boost his ability when Mania's around. So he's got counter attack when people are under decreased attack, decreased speed, or decreased defense. So crazy passive there, which then activates his A1, which drops people's turn meter, and so it goes on. He's got another passive here, which places increased defense on all allies if he kills someone. Now, he doesn't do the most damage in the world, so that's not always going to be proccing, but when it does, it's a nice to have. Coroner, generally strong champion. So guys, that's the times 10. Lots of good champions in the mix. I will be pulling shards in this times 10, but do heed the warning. There is other stuff coming down the line. The reason why these champions are so strong is because Plarium are basically saying, we want you to use your resources before this next event comes out. That's where we're at. It does fall in line, though, with a champion chase, or a summon rush, which will help you get the end of the fusion. So, there's kind of like a couple of reasons why it's well worth your time. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please sub to my second channel and watch those videos on Incarnate. I'd like to know your thoughts. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you later.